Grand Rising. Welcome to Healing Hype Man. This is going to be a little intro video to your September reading. Three things I'm going to focus on is the Pisces full moon that takes place on the 20th, Mercury Retrograde, which is on the 26th of September, and then I'm also going to do messages from the universe, messages from spirit. I kind of want to go over the Pisces full moon first, and then the Mercury retrograde, and then we'll kind of get into your cards. If you don't care for what I have to say, then you can certainly skip ahead to the card portion of it as well. If you're watching this on Instagram, you're only going to see up to 15 minutes. So link is in my bio so that you can see the full video on YouTube. And yeah, let's get right into it. I kind of just want to get straight to the point. I don't want to be as chatty because I don't want it to be as long, but I want to give you as much information as I can and as many messages as possible. Take what resonates and let the rest flow. Let's begin. So full moon in Pisces, right? So Pisces being a water element, so we're definitely going to have a big emphasis on our feelings here. It's a mutable sign, so it's all about adapting. And Pisces is a 12th house, so it's a lot about mystical energy, magical energy in some senses, right? Things that are unseen, things happening in the unknown, and that's a massive trust that you have, realizing that there's a lot of things going on in the realm of the unknown that you're not aware of. Really diving into your gifts and being your intuition, connecting with your guides and angels, and just kind of connecting to source in general. Heavy with the dream aspect, lots of dreams coming to life. If you have a dream journal, I highly suggest you start one if you don't have one, and kind of tapping into that understanding what your subconscious and your dreams are trying to tell you. The 12th house is connected to our dreams and our subconscious. Like I just said, it's connecting to things that are not necessarily spoken all the time, but they are there in the unknown, right? Things you should focus on. Looking at the lessons learned from Aries season, from the Aries full moon through now. So it's Pisces, which is the last sign in the zodiac. So it's really taking a look at everything that has gone on since the first full moon. And the moon's going like 6-month cycles, so it's been a while. The endings of things, the closure that you're probably going to gain. It's the bridge into balancing spirituality and practicality, right? Think of it as the bridge that is balancing your spiritual self into your everyday, day-to-day life, right? Because we are in Virgo season, which is your day-to-day, how you analyze your day-to-day activity, right? And they're opposites from each other on the natal chart. So balancing spirituality with our practical life, Virgo energy, practical day-to-day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, our normal routines, right? Emphasis on tapping into your gifts so that you can balance practicality and spirituality, full moon in Pisces. I always wondered where I got that, because I say it a lot, and I got it from this Moonology deck. Balance spirituality and practicality. Other transits to focus on that are taking place here with Mars in Libra, right? Libra being balance, Mars being anger, right? There might be difficult triggers that might come up. Mars is force. Libra, it's all about balance. So focus, pay attention to that as well. Other Moon is conjuncting Neptune. Neptune lives in Pisces as well. So this is like a double dose of Pisces energy. So really heavy on our dreams and our inner needs and our emotions. A lot of emotions are going to be coming through. A lot of sensing of our emotions are going to be coming through. Right? A lot of nerves. I'm actually a little nervous right now, to put it in that sense, to do this, right, to this reading. So it's just nerves and doubting ourselves, right? Sensitivity is going to be very high during this time. We can easily be manipulated by others unconsciously, right? They don't even realize that they're doing it, but they're doing it in to gain some sense of control over you without even realizing it unconsciously. So be cautious of that, right? Tap into your intuition to avoid things like that. Don't buy into fake illusions, right? This is the opportunity for you to realize what's real and what's fake, what's reality and what's fantasy, the moon card, right? Confusion in your emotions, but this is a time to utilize your intuition in order to gain perspective on what's actually going on. Now let's talk about Mercury retrograde. Mercury is partnerships. Mercury is the mind as well. The mind, how we speak, how we communicate, and it's in Mercury retrograde is taking place in Libra. Okay, that is why I definitely put partnerships and relationships. So this Mercury retrograde is going to focus on your relationships and partnerships. Libra is balance, union, right? Balancing the scales. Now, retrograde, things from the past, right? So things from the past might come up. That's why I spoke a lot about closure. There might be huge emphasis on things, looking for closure and gaining closure, or coming to the forefront from years ago that you didn't even realize you needed closure. You don't need the closure, right? You might have already done the work, but it's going to come in some form of way. A big desire to please people, tuning into other people and their views, right? That's like the confused, like double-sided Pisces energy, like, you know, like you need other people's opinions. That's also the Libra energy, like indecisive, undecisive, passive-aggressive energy. That's the Libra aspect. And Mercury being in that sense, you're going to look for other people's views and values before your own, right? Make sure to look at your personal views first. And then, oh my gosh, we also have Mars in Libra, right? There's a big sense of anger, out of balance, right? Be harmonious when it comes to things. So a lot of things in Libra. Mars being in Libra with Mercury retrograde, there's going to be a little bit of an anger aspect there. So pay attention to that. Things from the past that we put aside will come up, right? That's things that you probably don't even want to address, but now is the time to address them. And the ultimate focal point here is, are you being clear? Are you sacrificing the right things for your partnerships? Look at your values, your belief systems. Are you sacrificing the right things, or are you just trying to people please? You'll kind of know how that works best for you. For each person, it might be different. And then lastly, I'm going to pull a messages from Spirit from the spellcasting deck, and I'll kind of go deep into what the book has to say for that message. Be sure to check your sun, moon, and rising signs. I would do that since there's a lot of messages that can come through, and I'm pulling cards on each topic, so it might be different for each sign. So I would suggest looking at your sun, moon, rising, and then we can take it from there. And let's get into the cards, right? Virgo, messages for September. Let's see what we get here. So we're going to talk about full moon in Pisces. I have a message for you in that context. I have a message here for you for Mercury retrograde from the lessons deck. So what lessons we need to take a look at. And then an overall message from the universe. When it comes to the Pisces full moon, as you already saw, we're going to talk about time for healing. So this might be a healing moon for you, for Virgos, in Virgo season. Happy birthday, by the way. I'm a Virgo moon, which I love. I've come to accept and understand my Virgo moon. So I feel you. I really do. Now, time for healing. So let's see what the universe wants to say. Okay, I'll take that. What the universe wants to say for us in regards to healing. Okay, that too. We're healing because we're healing our belief systems here. We are healing our belief systems that brought us worry, right? So there's a lot of things. Oh, this is deep. I see what we're healing here. We're healing ourselves, our belief systems that are embedded in our subconscious, Pisces, full moon, the subconscious. A lot of things are coming to light here. A lot of times in isolation, we really understand that healing. Now, for some Virgos, there might be healing that needs to take place. I'm going to read this in two different ways. Cancer energy moving forward. So this can go in two separate ways. Take this how it resonates. Some of you might be healing your subconscious. You might be healing your beliefs, things that brought you worry in the past. You are meditating, you're contemplating, you're pulling back, and you're doing the hard work. You might not even have all the answers to everything, right? Because this is like, there's things that you don't know, and things that are going on for you. One, in the realm of the unknown, Pisces 12th house, but also things from situations in the past that you don't know that, but you're in the process of healing it. I don't know the answers to why things happened the way they did, but I want to heal it. And you're moving forward with that healing journey, or you have moved forward with that, or there's always something to heal. Virgo, there's always something to heal. And we're really digging into our subconscious here. This is a big emphasis here, especially with the Pisces full moon in, oh my God, this is definitely subconscious here, subconsciously, belief systems that you just feel are no longer yours, and or you're just kind of reevaluating them, and it's a time for you to heal. You're pulling back. Even in isolation, there is movement. Even in stagnation, there is light. There is always light. Even when in stillness, there is light. And it's a constant journey forward, and that is what you're doing here. Tapping into that subconscious beliefs in times of meditation. Ask yourself questions like, does that really fit me? Why do I think that? And really kind of ask yourself these questions and really dig deep into it. The meditation, Reiki, theta healing, just different aspects so that you can kind of really dig deep into things, or you want to dig deep. For some of you, this might be a time for you. This is a perfect time for you to heal, because it's going to be brought to the forefront for you anyway. So it's a time for you to kind of tap into that, listen to your intuition, right? Trying to balance some form of spirituality and practicality. Be careful with anger of some sort, because here it can be like very defensive. Like you might want to defend yourself, but you also don't understand it fully. Understand it so that you can have a backing behind it. Tapping into our emotions, water energy, Pisces, also the Cancer card is here. Tapping into our emotions and feeling what that is. Feeling, resting with it and sitting with it. Why do I feel that way? Why does that person bother me? Why do I keep doing that thing? Really sit and find out what the deep meaning, the root is, and maybe there's some belief systems there that need to be pulled, canceled, and deleted and replaced with something of a higher vibration. If that resonates with you, let me know. Reach out. We can do some work on subconscious and shadow work readings as well. Let me like this. Some shadow work lessons there. That might be what's coming up for you here. And now we're going to tap into the Mercury Retrograde energy. Things from the past might come up, and this might be the reason why. Things from the past are going to come up, and it's going to ask you to kind of look at them. It's going to ask you to kind of look at them. And I can speak to this a lot. Message for you, lessons from the lessons card. The lesson here is love. And healing doesn't mean that you go and seek to understand all the answers, because you might not like the answers. But it's like, okay, I went through what I went through. I did what I did. I do what I do. I did what I did. But now that I'm more aware after healing, I still see things with love and light. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. That is how, like, you don't understand, that's how I healed. Like, I had to see the good in everything. If I keep thinking about the bad and the negative contacts or the negative people that might have, steered me in that direction, but ultimately I have to own and accept all the things that I did. At the end of the day, I love everyone and everything that I have ever done, and I'm grateful for all of it. Commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, no matter them, they, you, who did what. You have to see the good in all of it that has come your way. Mercury retrograde might bring some things up for you, especially looking at things from your partnerships, from your relationships, and trying to balance out that scale. And that might be the missing piece. It's like, okay, I need to love this situation. I need to love it for what it is or what it was, and that will balance out the scale, so you're not holding all that weight. Be careful with the Mars and Libra as well. Be harmonious about it, and be clear. Are you being clear? Are you sacrificing the right things for your partnership? Or maybe that's what comes up as you realize that I didn't sacrifice love. I was sacrificing my own needs. The Empress. 7 of Swords. The Chariot. It's here twice. We're moving forward either way. King of Swords. Yeah, there's something here that's clear. There's something here that's clear now. seeing the love, even in things that were shady in the past, and seeing the love in the shady things. First of all, seeing the love in yourself and the confidence and who you are and what you're capable of, and putting yourself on a pedestal, right? Accepting yourself and putting yourself on a pedestal is first loving yourself. Put yourself up there first, and that's the first thing. Loving situations that were shady in the past. People might have taken your words and done you dirty with them. You have to see the love in yourself and love in the things in the past that might have hurt you. Move forward, the Chariot, again, move forward with this understanding of loving everything that has happened to you. The high vibes, yourself, and the bad things that that have been shady, sneaky, things that people did on the side, on their own. This card can resemble that. You might need some help, because this guy can't steal everything all with just on his own. That's why he left two behind. He's taking things that are sharp and trying to manage things on his own, but you have to move forward. People might have done you dirty on their own and left you behind, and you have no idea why. But you're moving forward from this. Chariot energy. Moving forward. Doesn't stop, doesn't slow down. Your journey is always moving forward. You can't sit in stagnation and ask yourself why they did me dirty. You got to keep moving. But I also think moving forward will bring clarity. King of Swords will bring clarity, and with this is Libra energy. Be careful not to be so angry and hateful about and cold about certain things, and you have to think about love. Commit to the practice of seeing the good in all, even if it really was damaging. Don't be that cold motherfucker. This is a cold guy, right? Use that water energy, your emotions, to kind of guide you into a place of peace and love. But things will become clear once you make love, once you make peace with them, and you see the good in all. Your overall journey will be clear, be very, very clear here. But that takes a whole, you gotta step up to it and own it, and then you will reap the rewards after such. Message from the universe: boundaries. Okay, Virgo, what are we talking about boundaries here? We probably have implemented some boundaries, especially after healing, and I see the love in all things, but I don't want to repeat any of those things again. So you set boundaries in place for a specific reason. Four of Swords, the Fool. After rest and recovery, Star. Right, so we're setting boundaries after we have come to terms with things. We pulled back, we did the inner work. We might not have all the answers to things, but we are doing things with love and light. And now we're prepared for a new beginning, which is why we want to put boundaries in place. I put this ring of fire around me, and I don't want you to cross it, because it doesn't do me any good. That no longer serves me in the highest way. I'm putting a plan in place. I'm putting the boundaries in place. I'm figuring out what is part of my hopes, wishes, dreams, and desires, and what is not. And for some of you, I might have to support myself and my decisions and leave what's behind me. My new plan requires for me to focus on what's in front of me, not what's on behind me, because that's ultimately going to bring me to my wishes, my hopes, and my dreams. Aquarius energy here. I'm starting over from zero with boundaries in place that I strategically put there for a reason, to protect me and my desires and my hope. I don't want to lose my hope. We should never lose our hope, but I don't want to lose sight of what my ultimate goal is. So the boundaries are put in place to keep me moving forward. We might cross our own boundaries. I've gone through that a lot. That's called relapse, where I come from, right? And I do that. I've done that a lot. Every time I have crossed my own boundary, I learned a lesson from it every single fucking time. Until the point where I was just sick and tired of doing that, and you move forward. 11-11. Change, my friend. Change from all the weight. This is, I am sick and tired of holding all this weight again and again and again. And I decide to do the self-work, the Virgo card, Hermit energy. Every time I did hold the weight and make the foundation crack, because I crossed my own boundary, it was more self-work added to my wins. It wasn't a loss, it was a win. It was a win. It was a win. That's how you have to see it. Crossing your own boundary might be chaotic, but it's also another win to add, because you will only ultimately figure out more about yourself. pull a fallback card here. It's safe to relax because the universe has your back. Your divine purpose is to enjoy your life. Ultimately, you are always being protected. It is safe to relax. No need to be live in fear and worry. Get the worry out of your way. And yeah, there are people that might do things to you, but when you get to the point where you're only doing things with love and light, the bad doesn't even come to you anymore. Like, people don't even dare to come to me with my past. And if they do, two things. They either have no idea where I'm at and what level I'm at now, or I really can see when there's someone like, you really trying to cross my boundary here. Those people I stay away from. It's safe to relax because the universe has your back. Your divine purpose is to enjoy your life. And if you set boundaries to enjoy, because you want to enjoy your life peacefully, then that is your decision to make, no one else's. If they don't want to accept it, then that's, my friend, not today, sweetie. My name is Alan Catalan. I'm present and I'm done speaking now. I'll see you Virgos soon.